Kia ora and welcome back. Here is our last video for Module 4 and setting priorities and goals. So in this last video, we're going to talk about deciding what, who, and when, as well as creating a timeline and scheduling. The most important part of this segment for Module 4 has to do with your what, who, and when. Your SMART goal is your what. What are you going to do? And so you can add your SMART goals into the template provided. Now you also have to decide who is going to do it and by when do you plan to see it done. So you can also write down the who and the when for each SMART goal into the template as well. And so you will see that the end two columns are reserved for these two components. So this is the most important part of goal setting, because a goal without a clear commitment of who will do it and by when it will get done often just ends up being just a good idea. And a good idea without implementation remains an idea. And so deciding your what, your who, and when helps to also provide accountability for your vision implementation. So let's have a look at the case study. So you will see that I have organized the what, who, and when in order of priority. So after you have done that, some of you may prefer to create a timeline. And so a timeline is a flow chart that helps you to see from beginning to the end of your goal setting. It provides for you the big picture of the what, the who, and the when. One big advantage of a timeline is that you get to see when some of your whats, your goals, or your activities overlap and when you have a time crunch. So a time crunch is when there are many things that have to be done in about the same time. So often there can be many people assigned to do various tasks to be completed at about the same time. And that might be perfectly okay for you and your situation. But potential problems arise when there are many tasks and just you or only a few people that have to accomplish them. So a timeline helps you to see that and to plan things out well. You may then want to also reevaluate your prioritizing and change some of the dates if needed. The timeline below gives you an idea of how it can be created and what it can look like. So I've only added just the first 3 to 4 months just to give you an idea. And so you can also find this example in the case study document. Finally, some form of scheduling is always necessary to be effective leaders, so that our lives and our ministry are not overcrowded with a multitude of tasks littered with unfulfilled commitments. You know, we live busy lives, and often our SMART goals are not the only things we do or have responsibility for. You know, we are sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, friends and co-workers, and our relationships and our ministry calling carry many responsibilities and tasks. And so having a schedule on a calendar helps leaders to wisely plan out their lives. Scheduling in your calendar the SMART goals that you have direct responsibility for, making the time in the day or your week or month to get it done is what scheduling is all about. So here are a few examples of what that can look like. So some of you are wired to do this in micro detail, and some of you in broad stroke scheduling, and that is okay, as long as you have intentionally scheduled the task into your calendar in a way that best suits you. Otherwise, the likelihood of getting it done in a timely manner becomes extremely low. So leaders who fail to schedule will often disappoint or frustrate the people that they lead because others are kept waiting. So take a closer look at the examples given and then have a go at either creating a timeline or scheduling your SMART goals into your calendar.